Yo everyone, what's going on? Today's little episode of Nightmares will be my worst one. The one that honestly really shook me up and got me. This one might be a little scatterbrained because you're going to be hearing it just as I felt it. I know the last episode was really, really more just coherent. This one, you're going to hear it as I was just perceiving it in my brain. Unlike the last one, this is another one that I fully remember happening, and it's still stuck with me. So, if you guys like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out more than you really think. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The dream starts, my friend, Nick hits me up. He's like, "Hey, let's go camping. I know a little nice cabin out in the woods that we can go to. It'll be fun." As someone who doesn't like really being outdoors a whole lot, I love animals, I love bugs, I love looking at nature, but I can do that all in my backyard. I don't like going anywhere. I love my house, it's safe. It's just right here. Why would I go anywhere else? I can just camp out in the house like a weirdo. But, to the rebuttal to all this, he just goes, "Hey, Hazel, look, it'll be fun. Trust me. How can you know you hate something if you've never really tried it?" And that's where I just had to interject, like, come on, brother, listen to me. I know what I like and don't like. I'm not an idiot, blah 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 blah. You can say whatever you want. I'm not going out in the woods. And so, he's like, "Hey, hey, if you do this, like it, don't like it, we'll do whatever you want for a day." And so after hearing that, sure, why not? He's convinced me. Let's go out in the woods, Who's all coming? That's when he tells me, it'll be me and him, Brandon, and Casey. So, and of course, Casey brings her dog because she takes it everywhere. It's part of the family. She loves it. And so, after us getting all packed, I'm overthinking of what to bring: a phone, a light, some food, water, a knife just in case. We all get to the car. We drive out to the woods. We all make it to the cabin, drop our stuff, and we head out. Went out into the woods to do, wood things, I guess, is the best way I could explain it. We went hiking up a little hill, looked at some rocks, some bugs, played in the leaves. Then we just stared at the sky for a bit. It's times like these you really never forget. You're always hanging out with your friends. You just relax, and you don't really get to do that too often. So it was honestly just nice to do. Hang out with my friends and just relax. And so after a while, we decided to, before heading back to the cabin, we were not too far away, a good, probably like 20 minutes, 20, 30. We decided to just plop right here, make a little fire, and just hang out, right? By Nick's words, it was like, well, it's not, not ideal if we do it next to the cabin. It's just right there. If you didn't like it, just go back in. And camping's about having fun in the outdoors. You don't want to be setting too much in the cabin. I said, sure, whatever. We're going to be here for, a day. Might as well a couple of days, I'm sorry. Might as well spend a little bit out at night in the woods. Why not? Do whatever you want, man. And, that's what we did. Made a little fire, stared at the stars, made some s'mores. I requested that we do s'mores. I haven't had s'mores in a while, and s'mores are fucking great. And, we all, shared some laughs, told some stories about what's going on in our lives. And, we just gazed back at the stars. It was nice out. Just staring at the stars, just makes you wonder how small we really are in this world. We're all just trying to get by and do the best we can. That's all we can really do. After a couple hours, we all decided to just pack it up and head back to the cabin, get some nice rest, and do it all again tomorrow. Because I only wanted to be there for 2 days. They tried pushing for 3, saying you got to get the whole experience. Just 2 days isn't enough. And I said, you're freaking lucky you're getting one, man. Like, come on. Throw a dog a bone, he'll take a mile. So we all went back to the cabin, started getting ready for bed. That's when Casey's dog just runs back to one of the rooms. And when disappearing out of the room, we just heard a yelp and a sickening crunch. And that's when we saw this creature. The best way I could describe it is it looked like the Rake from like the Rake creepypasta. It looked like that. Peered out, blood all over its mouth. Didn't say anything. Just stared at us. Went back in the room. That's when we heard more crunching. And Casey, loving her dog, would do anything for that dog. If the dog could speak and said, the grass outside was blue, god damn it, it was blue, or she would start painting the damn thing blue. It was, one of her family members. She loved it. And she started running back there, and we're all trying to hold her back, like, hey, I know it's tough to say, but your dog's dead. We can't save it. We can't. Let's just try to get out of here and do what we can to, just live on in the memory of it. It's crazy what someone full of adrenaline and sheer determination can really do in a situation like that. Somehow, some way, she just pushed all of us off and ran back to the room. As we just stood there, stun locked, just as why would anyone even do this, But hey, emotions can be a hell of a drug. And so she ran back to the room, and upon entering it, we heard this blood-curdling scream, and more, and another crunch. More crunching, you could say. And we're all just standing there. We don't know what the fuck to do. We're all just scared shitless out of our mind. What the fuck is this creature? What are we gonna do? Now, we all looked at each other. Maybe we could outrun it. There's a slim chance, We all work out, cardio a bit lacking, but, we can still do the best we can. That thought went away after we looked back at the door, and without making a single noise, no floorboards creaking, no hearing the footsteps in blood, it had got one door closer to us, and there was only 3 more left. And after seeing that, we all looked at each other just terrified. The sheer thought of running now is just out the window. If it can get one door closer without making a single fucking noise, what chance do we have to fucking run? And somehow, I don't know, I think I blacked out a little bit in the dream just due to sheer terror. My friends started disappearing one by one, to where I was the only one left. And there it was, the final door, just staring at me. I didn't know if I blinked it would get any closer, but I wasn't taking the chances. I just stared at it, as it stared back at me. Blood all over it, mouth filled with nothing but blood, just dripping on the floor. I didn't want to be here anymore. I was so terrified. I didn't want to see myself die. I'm not ashamed to admit that in situations like this, I'd probably fucking run. And finally, out of sheer hope or miracle, I sprung out of bed, panting like a dog, and all I could muster to do in that one little instance there was cry. All I could do in that situation was just fucking cry. And in that night, I didn't go back to sleep, because if you remember from the other dream I said, the one with the critters, is that my body has a weird habit of putting me back in dreams, whether I really want it or not. And on remembering that, I'm not going back to sleep with this. I don't want to. Hell, I'm probably already dead and I'll experience the pain. So I didn't go back to sleep that night, and I think I just took naps in between. So yeah, that's this nightmare, the worst one that made me cry. And if you like stories like this, hey, leave a like, comment, subscribe. This one's probably not gonna be too edited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking lazy. But yeah, if you like this, as I said, maybe comment down potatoes if you don't know what to type. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.